And they went to the man and asked him,
Well,
how do you manage to be able to control your wife and your wife is not controlling? He said, I didn't want to stand here. It was Madame that said that to stand here. So, in essence, the one that said,
a blessed joyful moment when two come together to be one. Be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. Hallelujah. You are meant to be forever.
hello guys. You're welcome to another episode of Marriage is Beautiful.
My name is Sheyi.
My own name is Fumi.
And together we are called Sheyi Fumi. Alright.
Yeah, you're welcome back guys to another wonderful episode of Marriage is Beautiful. Yeah, today we'll be talking about an incident that happened during the week,
right,
and which we are aware of. And we think that the topic will be very useful for couples out there. So we're like, okay, let's discuss it.
The incident that happens during the week, only, if I may put it this way, shouldn't even be something that people should argue about.
Yeah.
But you know, during this lockdown, a lot of things that has not shown up in the family before are showing up now. Like the couples that were arguing, like it is like, you should help me there to do some of these things.
Yeah.
And the man is like, no. You know, some men are not used to some of these things before.
Yeah, house chores.
Like they are not used to doing house chores.
Yeah.
But this time around, they woke up in the morning, they be resting.
Together, you are home.
You are home, you've
And
not
you
been
still
doing
want to
anything.
rest
And the
throughout
woman
the
is
day.
like, honey, can you help me to do this? And then,
Can you help me to cut vegetables?
for an example,
For instance.
can you help me to
Can you
cut
help
the
me to
okra?
wash plates? For
Can you help me
instance?
to wash the plate? Can you help me to clean
mop
up
the floor?
So
Can you help me to wash the toilet?
those are many jobs that men
Yeah.
are not used to doing before. But with the current scenario that is happening and he's at home, and he doesn't have the luxury of being said to be tired.
Yeah, sure.
He is at
At
home.
home.
And he has not gone to work. And the woman feel like, it's okay, now that you are at home, let's enjoy you a little bit and say,
course,
okay,
so
can you help me
Create
to
a memory.
Can you help me to do this?
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's part of
Yeah.
creating a memory. Can you help me to do this? And the man is like, no, I shouldn't be asked to do that.
Yeah.
And then it creates a kind of an incident, an argument in the house. And when we get to hear it, we said, okay, let's look at it. When we talk about helping one another,
Yeah.
what is really helping one another in the house? As a man,
Yeah.
what are those help that is required of you by your wife?
Yeah.
And as a woman, what are those help that is required of you from your husband that you should do? Now, for an example, one of the things that we want to look into is washing of plates. When it comes to that, most men don't do it.
Most men feel like eating, you know, and let the wife come and pick the plates up and wash and do the cleaning. No,
Shouldn't be that way.
it shouldn't be that way. Men can wash the plates too. Men should wash the plates as a matter of fact.
You are starting again.
No,
Men
men
should.
should wash plates.
Not
as a
men
matter-
should.
Men should.
Not men should. This is what I'm saying. Nobody should, as in the word should. Not women should. Not men should.
Okay.
Together.
To put it better.
To put it better.
To put it better. Let me say
Either
that
of the spouse.
men ought to.
That's what I say.
It
Well,
should
the
be-
argument comes
like it should
with
be.
that.
It should be natural. It should be.
It shouldn't even be what. It shouldn't be something that a man should be mandated to do or a woman should be mandated to do.
It's a free job in the house. Yeah.
When there is love. Somebody said something the last time. His friend came to visit me, and then we had dinner.
Yeah.
And I was about clearing the table, and the man said, "No, you should leave it. That should be the work of your wife." He said, "I told him after the dinner,
Don't ever come to my house.
don't ever come to my house again."
I have
Because
it.
it's wrong of you to tag a job in the house.
To my wife, when she is not your wife, as a you know,
It's
how
not
will
your
you
wife.
come to
You
another
don't
person's
know
house
how we
and
manage in
you're
our
judging? Yeah.
Genesis 2:18. The Bible was talking about being an helpmeet to the man. Now, what does an helpmeet means? An helpmeet doesn't mean the person has to be overused, over-labored, over-tasked. Everything has to be put upon her. And helpmeet means that you are doing something and somebody needs to help you to do it. That is the first thing I want men to understand. Like, what happened? Help me to wash the plate and it become an issue. I remember from where I grew up, if somebody should come to your house and should find you, maybe probably cutting vegetable for your wife.
Oh my God.
The person will go back to the village and said, you see Lagbaja's wife.
You see brother, uncle
so-so-so's wife has used
his head.
That's the Yoruba word. I don't know how to translate that. He is the one that is now the one controlling the man.
Oh my God.
And the question is, the vegetable is going to be
eaten by the woman, right?
By both of them.
Imagine.
They are both going to eat it.
Yeah.
And what now make it mandatory?
What make it special for the woman alone to do?
For the woman alone to do. So you don't cross your leg reading your newspaper and expect the woman
scrolling through your phone, watching your TV.
A lot of people do a lot of traveling when they come back from work, like me. They go from Instagram to Facebook to WhatsApp and then come back to Facebook and then to what again? Snapchat and then to Instagram, and at the end of the day, the merry-go-round all through the social media while the woman is doing the work, which is not supposed to be. She is an helpmate. It shouldn't be a case of I'm not the one to do it.
I'm not the one. It's not appointed to me. Like it's not my duty. Like you don't gonna say it's not my duty. No, it's our duty, and it has to be done. Right?
Part of creating memory.
That's what I'm saying.
For the lockdown.
Recently, you were watching the don't worry, I'm going to drop this video.
I'm going to drop this video.
Honestly,
along with this video.
Just allow me to drop this video. Like you know, it's used to read anyway. Like he's used to read, but you know, that day I was just somehow exhausted, and he was like, he's gonna wash the toilet. You know.
She has been doing all the washing all this while, and if I have an opportunity to ask her to sit down and let me do it, I don't think it's a bad idea. I'm going to say this to every man out there. It is a joint effort to make marriage work. It is not a singular effort of a woman to do everything. What memory are you creating for the wife to remember you by?
Even the kids.
For the kids to remember you by when you are no longer at home. After all this while you've been out, this time that you are home with them, it's not just to cross your leg, it's not just to read the news, it's not just to watch the movie, it's not just to go through all the social media. It is for you to create a long-lasting memory that the family will remember even after the lockdown. So all this one, like for an example, I am the grocery person in the house.
Oh my God, for that, like for me, oh my God, I can't withstand this. Like you can spend 6 hours without getting tired in the mall buying groceries. Like I don't know, but for that, and that's he used to do that.
You know one of the reasons why I don't
really
even like
that.
to even come when I want to buy. It's like I want to buy this, and this, and then you want to check this. The only thing I try to check is expiry date. Okay, we need this one.
Okay.
I am going to buy. But you, apart from checking expiry date, you want to check the brand. Okay, we should try this brand. We are using this brand. And by the end of the day, I want to pick like 6. Okay, let's just put it in the house so that we don't need to come back. And she's like, honey, let's buy 3 and walk around that tree for this month. Where we need. So it's like, okay.
It's okay. Like we are going to work on the budget for the month. Yeah.
Grocery, you know, it takes a lot of time. You need a lot of things, especially when you have the kids in the house. You want to buy like 30-40 different items. And you want to use like 2 hours for an example. And then somebody will take 10 minutes or 15 minutes to check one item before deciding to buy.
10 minutes.
Yes.
Checking what? What am I checking? You didn't even say 10 seconds. Oh my God.
What is 10 seconds? You will check something in 10 seconds.
Leave it. We are not agreeing to the way you're talking.
So
leave it.
I will try to check in into the mall when I'm coming back from work, and then I'll come home with everything. But I realize one thing: you don't have that strength. Like
honestly, it's not even I don't have the patience. Like, I'm not the type. I don't have the patience.
But if it is to check on some of those things you want to buy, I know you won't buy more than 2 or 3 items.
Of course now.
Then you can spend 1 hour, 2 hours
window
shopping. So and
honestly, I don't
grocery
can
really be heavy.
Of course.
And it can be a little
Very
bit
annoying.
tiring
Tiring
to buy. So why don't you check in your own house?
Yeah.
What works for you?
Okay, like what do you have? What do you have passion? There are some things that you just love doing without anybody forcing you or telling you to do. For you, naturally, you like chopping. You like to chop.
Thank you very much.
So it's not because you have this. It's not because of strength, but naturally, you are the type that like to chop. And wish I realized that. But I don't like to chop.
Okay, so now.
So just look at what are the
around.
things.
What are those things?
Okay, maybe your husband is good in kitchen.
Yeah.
Help your wife in the kitchen. Like, for instance, I was saying something recently. I told you taught me how to fry stew.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I just cooked stew before I got married.
Just the normal type.
But normal type. No. What do you mean by normal type? It's the best stew that I ever do.
But the fried stew, don't you enjoy it when I...
Like the fried stew, he taught me. When I got married to him, he taught me how to what?
I'm enjoying myself.
Like, he taught me how to fry stew. Husband, do things, like, do something. You know how to cook. You know how to mop the floor, mop. You know how to take care, to set wardrobe. Give your wife a support. Let her be in the kitchen downstairs. Like, be upstairs arranging her wardrobe for her. Let her come to the room. Maybe after some time and say, oh, honey, you did this. Just have some, as in, create some memories.
Okay.
Create some memory in this period.
That's one of the things you can do as a man. Be remembered for something.
Be remembered for someone.
What if you traveled?
Oh, yeah.
When we first got married, what you mixed when I travel was ironing of clothes.
One of it, not what I miss. One of the things I miss.
That you miss.
But you don't used to iron clothes for me again. It's only once in a while.
No, I still do it on Fridays.
Fridays, yeah. But what happened to other days?
Other days, because I don't even iron except on Fridays too.
But
sometimes
then, oh my goodness, you iron all clothes. That's another thing. That is
over there we used to have Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. But right over here you have only Friday, and before you realize it, the day is gone. Most of what I do then will be during the weekend, maybe on Saturdays, and then you can do it. So be remembered for something. Let them miss you when you are not at home for one thing that you've done. It's not always every time that you want to cross your leg. And I'm not saying that only for the men. For the women, it's not also every time you have to insist.
That you have to come and do it.
He has to come and do it. Definitely he will do it if he feel appreciated doing it.
Sure.
He will do it if he doesn't feel like you are forcing him to do it.
That's the major thing.
There are so many ways you can make him to do it. When you tingle the right,
like you turn the button.
When you turn the right button, it's going to do it.
The right button.
Don't put the mumu button.
Like you press the right.
When you press the right button, don't use the M button.
Okay,
when
like
you press the right button,
you
are still saying the M
button. There is M.
So
front M button.
So when you press the right M button, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
So this period that we're in a lockdown, this period that we are at home, try at least to do something. Like, I remember each time I'm having a vacation, the whole house,
we feel it. Sure.
Because whether you ask me or not, I want to touch every aspect of the house. I want to touch the living room. I want to touch our bedroom.
Like give your wife. Another thing is this:
it's a
give
treat.
your wife treats this time around that you are
At least
home.
let her enjoy you for being at home. You've been frowning some of this time that I'm tired. You are not tired now. Why don't you walk together? Why don't you visit the kitchen together?
Sometimes surprise
For
them
those
with
who are not
breakfast
in lockdown,
in
fine.
bed.
But if you are in lockdown and you are not going out, at least give her a treat.
Give her a treat. We are not talking about giving her treat like taking her out. There are a lot of treats you can give in your house.
When you give
right there.
When you give a bedside breakfast, for an example, it's a treat.
It's a treat.
And it doesn't have to be the biggest of all the cooking. It could be a sandwich with a cup of tea.
And this is another thing. Men, if you don't know how to cook, maybe go on YouTube. Check 1 or 2 things that you can do. Just type it. It will bring it out.
We have come again.
Surprise your wife with a foriro.
If you ask some men to cook a foriro, then you are going to eat
your wife with
something that you
want.
It's
on YouTube. Just follow the steps.
Okay.
Follow the steps.
It's on YouTube.
And
Follow the steps. God help you. If it comes out,
she will appreciate it. At least she will know that you tried.
Actually,
it's better than
it's not all about giving a masterpiece. It's just about trying.
Sometimes, do you know that sometimes even women do make mistakes in the kitchen? That at the end of the day, you cook, you do everything you want to do, and at the same time, you still not come out nice.
Yeah. But even at that, a good man should appreciate whatever comes out of the kitchen.
Because that's what I'm saying.
No woman goes to the kitchen to give you something that is not good. She wants to give you her best. However it may turn out to be. Appreciate whatever comes out of that kitchen. You used to tell me when we first got married that I don't normally complain about food. I still don't complain about food because complaint doesn't help. She goes there to give you her best. Whatever she gives may not be the best you expect, but that's her best she can do at that moment. Appreciate her for it.
And another thing that we'll be looking into today about helping one another is the spiritual aspect. Like we realize that some men don't have the passion to pray as much as their wife, and this is causing issues in the home. And we look at it that, okay, let's talk about it. It's still part of helping each other. If your husband is not the type that likes to pray, if your wife is not the type that's, it's vice versa, let's put it that way. It's not only men. Like there are some women that don't really like to pray, that don't have the passion, to read the word or to study the word, So this is the time to lift your spouse. It's still part of helping one another. And in this period that everybody is thinking of, what's going to happen next?
Use the period to
pray more. Use this period to pray more.
Use the period to read the word more.
Exactly. Just this period to help your spouse more spiritually. Yeah, to grow spiritually.
In the case of praying, for an example, God made it in such a way that He puts 2 people together to complement one another. There are areas that you are good in that I'm a little bit deficient in. God put us together for you. That area that you find out in me that I'm not good is the reason why God put us together, so that you can be an helpmate to me in that aspect. That area that I am good in, that you are deficient in, is why God put us together, so that I can also help you through.
Sometimes if you find out that your spouse is not maybe it's having deficiency in one side, like you can do it with prayer. Like for me, I could remember my husband said, I was praying for you, that my spirit just asked me to pray for you, that instead of arguing and talking, like I just feel like praying for you, because I know you will always like to do what you were thinking or what is in your mind, not but my spirit said, just pray for her, don't argue, don't say anything. And I went ahead and I prayed for you, and and it turned out nicely because
what I was praying for, you were doing immediately.
And I was doing,
I just said one word of prayer, that God, I won't be able to argue tonight on this issue, but you just do that which you can do. You know why I said that? Because at that moment I had God speaking to my heart on one thing. That, do you think you can change anybody? If you are the type that expect that you can control your wife,
or you can control your husband,
you can't control anybody. If you believe you are going to control anybody, you won't have a good marriage. What you need to do is give everything to God. Because
Like he says, the heart of
at the end
man
of the day,
is in
you
his
can
hand.
influence. That's the word I want to use.
Exactly.
You can influence your spouse's behavior.
Yeah.
But controlling your spouse,
It's not possible.
it will end. Even when you feel you are the bully
Yeah.
and you bully your wife
The boss.
to submissiveness, you think you are controlling. While
Whereas
she is listening to you, doing what you ask her to do, or while she is listening to you and doing what you ask him to do, remember in his heart of hearts, he is not doing it.
Yeah.
He may allow sleeping dog to lie
Yeah.
just to please you.
Yeah.
But if you really check his mind, he will do that thing over and over again when the opportunity comes.
Yeah.
So, an opportunity to help one another is an opportunity to bond more.
Yeah.
You can't control anybody. Forget about it. You can't control anybody. I've not been able to control myself. God didn't bother to control. He just gave you the mind and he said, Son of man,
Yeah.
I have shown to you that which is good
And the
and
one
which
that-
is bad.
So-
It is for you to decide.
truth.
So every human being in themselves has that ability to make decisions. Forget about controlling. You manipulate, you enforce, whatever you do, the person still has in his mind or her mind what he
Do
wants
what
to
he
do.
or she want to do.
Like I remember a joke sometimes ago when men and women gather in a place and they ask men, line up here. If you are the one controlling your wife, be here.
Wow.
And if your wife is controlling you, be here.
Okay.
So everybody line up. All men line up in a place where they say, my wife is controlling me.
Oh my God.
A woman is in line that says, I am controlling my wife. And they went to the man and asked him,
Well,
how do you manage to be able to control your wife and your wife is not controlling? He said, I didn't want to stand here. It was madam that said that to stand here. So, in essence, the one that said, the one that even said,
he's on his worst now. Listen, they're like,
the other people agree that their wife is controlling
like, the
them.
woman is still controlling him. Even right there.
Right there. They say, stand up, come out. If you are controlling your wife, here. If your wife is controlling you, and he's the only one that says, I am controlling my wife, they ask him, how did you manage it? And he says, Madam said,
but actually, how do the person mean? Maybe it's just a joke. Like, how do you mean?
It's a joke,
your wife
but
is
the
controlling
reality
you?
of it is, before you get married, you can change the whole world.
Oh yeah.
But when you
Okay,
get
my
married,
goodness.
you can't even change it. The TV channel.
Oh,
See,
like,
I'm not
it's
saying
true. Yeah.
wife is controlling the husband.
No, but like you can't do
But
something.
like I
without
said, the
informing-
M button.
Okay, yeah.
The truth is, whatever we do, we just around you.
Yeah.
That is the power. The power that is given to women. And that's why I said, women, and I will keep saying it, you have the greatest power in the world.
Wow.
If only you know how to use it. There are things that you can do without having them to complement you. And that's why we said they are the helpmates. They are not the servant.
And I think we need to talk about this.
We are still going to,
sometimes.
I think we'll still continue on this
Okay.
in another aspect. Probably next week or any other time, as God may wish. We are still going to look into another aspect of it. But we want to round up today by telling us that even in this period, when there is a lockdown, just like you saw on this movie where I was doing the washing, help out. If you don't help your wife, who else are you going to help? You want to enjoy marriage? We will be factual and tell you right now. You have to learn to yield to the influence of one another. Allow her to influence your decision in some area. Influence her decision
In some
area. And when you do that, you are going to have a fantastic marriage. This is how far.
Grace.
By His grace. This is how far we will go today. And until next week,
when
we'll be meeting again, you did exactly what I did
want
in
to
the last
retaliate.
Don't mind that, Daddy.
Oh my God.
Until next week, when we'll be meeting again. Sheyi Fumi is saying,
Thank you. We love you. Bye.
Everything